Imagine you've got one shot, one meeting, in a room full of executives who have already heard 100 ideas this week. How do you get them to say yes to your idea? What's up, everybody? I'm Jermaine. I am an actor, writer, and director. I was blessed enough to sell a series to HBO, and now I am an independent filmmaker. I want to give some insight on some things that might help you sell your idea to a huge TV network. A, the log line. That's the one sentence that will summarize up the entire series. What is this about? What are we doing here? The who, what, when, where, why. One sentence. For a lot of people, the log line is the most important sentence you'll ever write in your project, because that one sentence will determine if an executive even wants to read your script, hear your pitch, open the email, etc., etc. So that one sentence has to be so tight and interesting and well articulated that it'll bring them to the next step. A great log line is like, let's say, what if a small town guy secretly ran the country behind the president's back? It's like, interesting. But a not so good log line would be like, this story is about a guy who works in an office, but sometimes he leaves the office. It's like, oh, okay. It's about the most compelling words that you can use in a sentence to express and convey the idea of this show. It lets them know what could happen in this universe, what's going to happen, all the things to be leery of, all the problems and conflict. The log line is very, 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 very important. Next up, your deck. Your pitch deck is your visual partner to your project until you get your project to set. It needs to be clean, it needs to be clear, and it needs to be captivating. The idea has to be on the pages. It can't be confusing. It's like they have to see the movie, see the series before it actually happens. The pages should kind of flow, one leading to another, building up to a certain point. Then you recap the entire series. You talk about the characters, you talk about the setting, you talk about the themes, you talk about arcs later in the season, things that can happen, but you don't give them absolutely everything because they might, take your idea. But you know what I mean? You do as much as you can in the pages on the pitch deck to create the world visually. And as you show them different sides during the pitch deck, you're talking them through it. This is character. This is our lead. This is our protagonist. This is our antagonist. This is the best friend. She's this type. She's this type. And it has to be really fun, funky, captivating visuals so that you will have the executives on the edge of their seat. You want them to trust the fact that you can create a visual world that's very rich in texture and context and backstory, fully developed characters. This is kind of what gets the show sold. You also want to articulate in that deck the A story, B story, C story. Those are the three stories that are happening at the same time. The A is like the main narrative, the B is kind of like the subplot, and the C is kind of that thing that's happening underneath it all that ties it all together at the very, very end. So you want to be able to kind of show and articulate what those three stories are in your pitch. Now, this is normally for like a half-hour comedy. It's a little bit different for an hour-long drama because it can be an A story, B story, C story, D story, maybe even an E story because you have more pages to kind of weave those stories together. But with a half-hour comedy, you don't have as much time. So it's kind of got to be like A, B, C. Also, a huge thing is that attachments are gold. Especially nowadays where studios and executives are literally terrified to invest in any original concept or an idea that's not a reboot, a spinoff, an adaptation of a book, etc. If you've got a star writer, producer, actor, director, it can really help you seal the deal because they will have faith in their resumes and their credibility that if they invest all this money into this idea, it should go somewhere based upon what they've seen your attachments do in the past. That definitely helped me. I had a star talent that I partnered with on our project, and her being a part of that, with all of her, credibility and her reach on the internet, I think that definitely helped us seal the deal. So that would be something I would encourage people to do, is to try your best to get somebody to support you, back you, so that the studio or network, they would be more likely to put millions of dollars into this concept of yours. It's very hard to get, things to talent, but perhaps we'll do another video after that if y'all want to see it, about how to really get a star attached to your project. We can do that if you want it. Just comment, whatever. Certain names will make people excited. Just is what it is. I didn't make the rules. Now, how to nail the meeting. A, know your audience, know the network that you're pitching to, know the kind of content that they create. Don't go pitching a dark adult comedy to Disney, because that's not their vibe. But that might be more in alignment with Hulu, because they do a lot more darker stuff with, the Ryan Murphy universes, or like an HBO Max, more kind of like grounded comedies. Know the audience, know the room, know what they do, and play to what you think they may want. Also, be yourself. Have fun. Have fun with the pitch. They see a lot of pitches, but a pitch that makes them smile and they can feel the energy from the different people that are saying the script with the pages attached, you're going to be much more ahead of the game. Because some people have no, showmanship. Showmanship is huge. You want to really sell it, but also be yourself. Make it as authentic to who you are. And I think that will help a great deal. So, in closing, I think the key takeaways to selling your series to a major network: A, you have a very, very strong, tight, amazingly captivating log line. B, you have a phenomenal, clear, concise, and captivating pitch deck. C, you have some type of attachment on this project, whether it's a star producer, writer, director, actor, even if they're interested in it. I spoke to this person and they are really interested in it. You need something. You need something. You know what I mean? Attachments. The meeting. The pitch itself. Go in there with a lot of charisma. Say a nice little prayer before. Be yourself. Have fun with it. And whatever's meant for you will be yours. Everything ain't for everybody. You can have a great pitch something to HBO. HBO doesn't like it, but it's exactly the kind of thing that Peacock is looking for. So don't be discouraged if one network doesn't like the concept. If they wanted to take the pitch itself, that lets you know that the concept is interesting, clever, and captivating. But the meat and potatoes of the series may not be for their audience. So find another platform. Just got to keep knocking on every door in Hollywood. That's how this thing goes. So hopefully this was of help. If you all want to see a video on how to go about attaching stars, directors, writers, producers, actors to your project, leave a comment and I will I'll give some insight on that as well. Peace.